I am one with my thoughts. I don't need to put on a mask or a bowler hat or a suit and tie to get my point across. I don't need to sit in a dark room filled with gothic tones or an eerie ambiance to get my point across. And I most certainly don't need to explain to you the difference between both the persona and aesthetic of who I am. And even if I were to, the complexity of it all would just generally confuse you. But if I wanted to get my point across, I would do it both inside and outside this very ring. That is something that has never changed, and it never will change. For D.H. Young, however, things are a bit different. It's actually interesting when you think about it. Me and D.H. Young's careers mirror each other in such fascinating ways. But there is a huge difference between myself and D.H. Young. You see, D.H. has donned many roles ever since he returned to the world over a year ago. He's played the role of the victim countless times by labeling himself an afterthought in an attempt to paint this false narrative that everyone around him, whether it be friends, family, and even his fellow peers, have turned their back on him, when in reality, it's the other way around. He's even deemed himself a king. But DH, you're no king. Just because you were able to find your way to weasel yourself into opportunities thanks to that circle jerk called Goth Money Records, that doesn't make you above anybody else. It doesn't make you above Darren Dastardly, Trey Jordans, Barry Stevens, and even Nick Virtue himself, as you clearly love to name drop such commodities. And lastly, you've even had the audacity to call yourself the most dangerous man in this business. Now that's insulting. DH, I've been in this industry for well over 9 years, soon to be over a decade. I have come face to face with the most dangerous men in this business. I have challenged the most dangerous men in this business, and whether I've won those battles or lost those battles, I've gotten the opportunity of sharing the ring with those dangerous men. Men like Vernon Price, Brian Wilson, Darren Dastardly, Christopher T. Rosa, Namo, J.P. Masters, Michael Kelly, Zodiac, Christopher Scarlett, Chris Franchise, Calvin Carter, Sean O'Reilly, Kiyoshi Saiba, Gary Frank Simpson, Jay Turner, and even myself, from a professional and personal standpoint. The list is endless. And throughout that long list of dangerous men, DH, you are not one of them. 11 months ago, you came to me, demanding acknowledgement, demanding respect, as if I owe you something. And I chose to walk away, offering you a chance to not continue on this path of yours. But like the spoil-rotten brat that you are, you persisted. Then for the next several months, you did everything in your power to get my attention. Whether if it was joining Goth Money Records, making public threats or insults to me, weaseling your way into title opportunities without even earning them, stealing my moves, imitating the same way I got these scars on my face, or even following me to the very ends of the earth. You continue to push and push and push without even knowing what awaits for you on the other side. But how befitting that this will all come to an end at the place that best describes your current predicament. In over my head. DH, at the end of the day, just remembered I offer you a way out of all this madness. But it was your arrogance that ultimately condemned you to this fate. At the end of the day, you have no one to blame but yourself. And on the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, and He asks me why did I kill a man in cold blood? I will simply look God the Father in the eye and tell Him, I did it out of a kindness